And welcome to the 2 o'clock draw time on Saturday, December 16th of the Crystal Snowflake here at Nutmeg. I am Noah Gordon. I am here joined by my broadcasting partner.
It's Andrew Voigt. Great to see everyone today. Got an exciting dose of curling coming up. This is the A semifinals, and I believe we have a B semifinals matchup as well. Should be an exciting dose of curling for y'all this afternoon. Bringing you guys over to the action on C, we've got the Snow Squad, which is the Plainfield Curling Club, and they're going up against the Cape Cod Curling Club.
The Cape Cod Crystals, led by a former Nutmegger, Jennifer Standard, with Deb, Kathy, and Christine.
So it's a nice homecoming for Jen here, right? She's coming back after a long, successful career at Nutmeg.
Yep.
Looks like she's off to an okay start.
And the Snow Squad that they are playing against is skipped by Janice with a vice of Jaspreet. Second is Nicole, and lead is Sheila from Plainfield Curling Club.
Got an exciting matchup over on B as well. We got Team Muldowney. And over throwing out right now, looks like Julie. Julie's rocking the blue hair, very on brand for this Crystal Snowflake Bonspiel.
Yes, Julie is their second with Jane Murray as their lead, Patty Bowman as their third, and as you said, Diane is their skip out of our club, Nutmeg.
Good to see some Nutmeg representation, this 2 p.m. draw.
Andrew, who are they playing against?
You know, that's a good question. This looks to be a Cape Cod Curling Club team. Another one. I believe this is the Abracadabra team.
Or
I think this is the Abracadabra team.
Are you
We're
sure?
not. We're gonna confirm that for all the viewers at home. Oh, you guys.
Don't overthink it. Nice look, Noah.
All right, we are back. We have confirmed the teams that are actually playing on this 2 p.m. draw. We've got, as we mentioned on B, Team Muldowney, and the Abracadabra team.
the Abracadabra. It's Abracadabra.
Right.
As
Emphasis
in,
on Cape
Cape
Cod.
Cod.
Yep.
And that team is skipped by Moira with their third as Patty, second is Kathy, and lead is Tracy.
Very cool. And over on A, just want to direct your attention to the Cape Cod Curling Club versus the Team Snowshine, which is out of Charlotte Curling Club. Um,
I
that is
I
actually
would say it's half Charlotte, half Nutmeg,
right.
and the Charlotte people used to be Nutmeggers.
There we go. Some cross-geographic bonding right here. And want to call out Liz Brown, Siri Parsons from Nutmeg
Yeah,
over on that game.
they are on Snowshine. I like the name, kind of a take on Moonshine, being from North Carolina.
Sure, sure.
They are joined by former Nutmeggers, Joanne at Skip and JC at Lead. And who are they up against?
They're up against just Cape Cod Curling Club. So
And they are Krista, Elizabeth, Marina, and Wendy from Cape Cod Curling Club.
cool. Got a lot of Massachusetts representation. Got some Connecticut, of course. Noah, you have some ties to Massachusetts, right?
I do. I went to school in Massachusetts, the University of Massachusetts, the real one in Amherst, not the fake one in Lowell or the doubly fake one in Boston. I'm a fan of Boston sports teams. Yeah, my dad's whole family is from Boston. Yeah,
Very cool.
It's a good place.
So-
I will say, I'm not a big fan of Cape Cod though.
Okay, tell me more.
Last time I was at Cape Cod, I was in Cape Cod. Let's just say, as soon as I went over the bridge, I had allergies.
Okay,
As soon as I got back over the bridge, back onto the mainland, allergies cleared up.
okay.
So I think
Maybe
I'm allergic.
just the sea and the aesthetic of Cape Cod, maybe not for you.
I'm just allergic to Cape Cod, I
Yeah.
guess.
Got some good seafood out there, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Always a nice time to get out there.
All right, so let's take a look at the action so far.
Yeah, so let's direct your attention over on sheet B. We got an interesting shot for Patty over here,
Looks like they're going to try to peel a guard,
Yeah,
at
just
least.
breaking
'cause
this up.
There's a lot out in front of the house, but nothing in the house. So here they come in.
Not sure which ones they were looking to blow up. Just trying to blow something up, but they've got
That might jam. Oh, nope, they got it.
nice, effective. What
Well,
essentially was a
it's-
double.
Yeah, but like, it's still kind of guarded, but at least it's their rock.
Right.
That's there instead of the red rock.
You know, as my great old broadcasting partner Noah likes to say, for that yellow rock, it is tappable.
It's tappable.
Right.
Like, you could tap that thing.
Certainly can tap it. So Diane's not in a terrible spot here, and I believe they have the hammer as well. So you might have a couple options here as well.
Let's take a look over at see what's happening on C now. So we have the ladies from
This is Plainfield.
Plainfield.
Fire
I got
right now.
confused because one of their players is wearing a Bucks County sweatshirt.
Sure.
And that really confused me because nobody here is from Bucks County.
Of course.
It looks like it's their first skips rocks. Looks to be going in for a draw. They're only playing with 3. I don't know if that's because of a last-minute injury or illness or
Yeah, we'll have to uncover the drama there. Report it to you watching at home.
As we apologize for not doing a better job at our job of finding out those facts for you beforehand.
Of course.
And that rock just went right through the house.
Probably just getting used to the speed of the ice here.
Yes.
Looks like now Cape Cod's taking a shot at it.
Yeah, it looks like Cape Cod's is going to try to do the same thing, but this time come around on the other side where their guards are, which, you know, it's better that way for them.
For
Because
sure.
if they do nip one of those guards, at least it's theirs, and if it knocks one of those in, then that's fine.
Yeah, perhaps there's not really a...
It is a bit wider to go out off of that side, though, but we'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
And you don't really have an angle for that tap there, but this looks to be not too bad, actually. I think they might need to slow down. Yeah.
They got it. Now, will it stick around? It should be nice and safe. It's a pretty nice shot behind the guards.
Yeah.
It's
That's
sort
shot.
of deep, but it's shot rock.
Is that hittable, though? Is it buried behind the guard? It doesn't look to be, so that should be maybe a makeable hit. I mean, it does look a little buried from our angle. May not be able to stick, but you could just tap it out. This does look to be hammer rock as well, so ideally you just want to knock that one out of there. It doesn't even seem like they're going for it. There looks to be just a draw around. Looks like Janice wants to just take another shot at it. So we'll see what she does here.
And this is hammer coming down.
Yep.
So
She looks confident. It's like Jazz Speed is ready to sweep. They're communicating. We'll see how it goes.
it looks like it's a good delivery. Very nice form. Rock kind of looks a little hot, but maybe that's just our angle.
No, this has weight for sure. It is a little wide, but you just need to get it.
Like, you just need to be in all white, it looks like.
Yeah. It might actually.
I
Yeah,
think they're good.
They got to bring it in. Just keep sweeping. Oh no, just a little short.
Do you know what? I blame the other sweeper for not
Right.
being there.
Yep. Just had to.
Unless you had like an actual emergency and you really couldn't be there.
For sure.
Then I understand.
Yeah.
But like I think if they had two sweepers, that would have got in.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if the team feels the effects of the lack of the second sweeper there. You know,
Yeah.
it's going to lead to perhaps some rocks that might come up a little bit short.
Wait, I think they did score. No, they did not.
No, it looks
Yeah,
like one red
they-
over on C.
Yeah.
So we'll direct your attention over to B. It looks like Cape Cod, the Abracadabra team, is firing now. I think I'm not sure what the call was here, but they're on their guard and they have split it out a little bit, which does leave Diane a pretty spicy chance to just hit that one out and just score.
Yeah, Diane has. So it looks like Abracadabra. That's very hard for me to say. Cadabra. Is sitting 3 right now. But yeah, Diane should have a pretty open hit to hit and stick to salvage the one.
Yeah, this is what our friend Nate Holm would call a pressure shot here. It looks like Red does have 3 in the house, so if you miss, you know, the risk of missing.
Oh, it's huge.
Right, especially first end, you want to get off to a good start.
Yeah, you don't want to give up a 3-point steal, but like technically, it's not like you're going around any guards or like need to do a tap up or anything. It's just, could you deal with the pressure?
Right, you would argue this is just purely a mental shot right here.
Yeah. Well, here comes Diane out of the hack.
Stone cold as always. Looks like it needs to sweep a little bit too. It maybe looks a little down weight, but
all they gotta do is just push it to the back.
I think this is on the guard.
Oh, it might be on the guard.
Very narrow.
Ooh, yeah, on their guard.
The question is, so it looks like 2 red, but is that 3rd red in the house?
Yeah,
counting
at least with them clipping their guard, they might have cut it down from 3 to 2 at least. I believe so, but we'll wait to see.
So we are hearing from the Team Snow Squad. We have some intel in the chat. Thank you, Ryan, for letting us know. It looks like there was a family issue that came up.
Totally understandable.
Completely understandable.
I do not blame that sweeper for not being there.
Yep.
I apologize. That's a good reason.
Yep, absolutely. Just want to clear the air here for sure. Yeah, you know, no pun intended.
Yes. And, you know, they are playing still really well.
Yeah.
They are in the A event semifinals still.
Yep, gotta love it.
So doing their teammate proud.
Of course. You know, one would think maybe they're playing inspired, right?
Yes, definitely.
Very exciting.
Why don't we take a look over to see what's happening on A?
A lot of rocks in the house from the
A
looks
lot of rocks on the house. They're clearing, so we'll see what the score is that they put up there.
It looked like it was yellow, but we will provide confirmation in a hot second.
So one of the fun thing about the Cape Cod Curling Club team that's playing on Sheet A, Andrew, do you know how when they all first started playing together?
I do not. Tell me more.
their team first played together actually in Nutmeg's 2014 Blazing Leaves.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So it's a very sentimental time for them now to come
Yeah.
back here and be playing again.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, like I wonder if that's where they all met, or if they were
Right.
like, oh, I want to play, I want to play. Okay, let's meet and then play
Sure.
here together. But yeah, it's very interesting.
And 2014, you had said, so
Yeah,
this is technically their 10th year, you would say?
yeah. Well, at least 10 years of like we don't. They might have all been playing before
For sure.
2014.
10 years is potentially
But
a
yeah,
team.
at least 10 years of them playing together.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's very special for sure. And for
I have.
Nutmeg to be the place of that, that's
Yeah,
remarkable.
yeah. We birthed that team.
Right. Shout out to Nutmeg for that.
Yeah, shout out to us. I haven't even been playing for that long, so.
I think that was my second year. I was a wee young high school lad,
Yeah.
probably learning to sweep for the first time,
Yeah,
learning to
and
properly slide out.
And let me tell you, Andrew, you learned well. You are a great sweeper.
Oh, thank you. You know, I take pride in the predecessors, the ancestors of Nutmeg, so to say. You know,
Yes.
wouldn't be there without them. So, looks like the second end is started for most teams, so we're going to switch it over to the other view.
So after all that stuff that was in the house, all those rocks in the house after the first end on sheet A, it was only 1-0. 1-0 from the Snowshiners, I believe they are, from North Carolina and from our own club. Nutmeg.
Snowshine, yes.
Here comes the no, not the Snow Squad. The Cape Cod Crystals coming down with their shot to try to take it out.
And that's a good shot.
I would like to invite everybody in the area that is watching at home to come down to the Nutmeg Curling Club if you can. Watch in person, bid on, or not bid, but submit their tickets into the great raffle prizes we have here. One of which is actually in front of me right now. Andrew, would you like to tell us what this raffle prize is?
So this is the Men of Curling calendar. We have been informed that the Men of Curling are back. Individual athletes, full four-player teams representing the different curling nations. We have a what I'll call a steamy and scintillating photo of these men holding the brooms out of their mouths, it looks like.
And what are they wearing?
Not much.
Not much. No, they are. They're sort of dressed like me right now, with the bow tie, with cufflinks, and wearing pants. But unlike them, I'm wearing a shirt.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're going the extra mile. I mean, I would think of how the broadcast would be if you were dressed like these men. You know, the viewers at home can only imagine, right?
Yeah, yeah. So I can only imagine what else is in store in this Men of Curling 2024 calendar, and it could be yours if you submit some raffle tickets into the baggie for it.
Yeah, there's a lot of great prizes. They're all very intricately wrapped. Got a nice assortment of food, gifts, cookies, jewelry.
Yes, our chairs of this event have done a great job. Huge shout out to Cindy and the two Amy's.
Yep, they've done a remarkable job. Everyone's having a lot of fun here from the looks of it.
Yeah, and we have Bubba's Brunch outside, which we talked about on our last broadcast.
That's right. We got to see the man himself, Sean Cummings, in action.
Yeah, yeah.
Food was looking good.
Food looks delightful.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe just getting some ourselves here too. You know, we could do a a nice little food review for y'all.
Oh, don't worry. I am interested in getting one of the specialty drinks later on.
Mmm.
They have something called the Yule Mule.
Ooh.
It looks a little pink, and
Ooh.
like that, like
That
it looks great.
you had me at pink. You know.
Yeah. Like I was told by one of our friends that she enjoyed one at 11 o'clock after her early morning draw, and it was great. So.
Some nice little pep in the step for the rest of the day.
Oh yes, of course.
Fantastic. So let's take y'all back to curling. Over on C, it looks like the Cape Cod team is drawing now, or it looks like they're gonna hit.
It looks like they're going for a hit.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll roll underneath their own.
Yeah, you probably need to throw like control.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
The delivery was not.
Little bit of.
She slipped and fell on her delivery, to say the least.
I think she's still gonna hit something.
Yeah, we'll see what.
She might.
There might still be something that happens.
That's a.
Oh,
just one.
They almost got a double out of it. It was not the shot they were going for, but you know that happens sometimes where there's plan Bs that happen.
Right.
And
You got to always account. You know, as our good friend Francois would say, you have to think about plan B, plan A, plan C. You know, if it's light, if it's heavy. What's going to happen if your main goal isn't going to be accomplished?
Yeah.
Got to be thinking about that stuff.
And to be honest, we're not professionals. Well, we might be professional broadcasters,
Right.
but not professional curlers. So, like, you always have to be thinking of B, C, D.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, you have to assume that there is some margin of error. Something can go wrong. You know, maybe not when we're playing, because we always hit our shots. But
Well, and we have Francois there,
of course.
too, and he's the one that's thinking for us.
Yeah. Shout out to Francois if you're listening.
Yeah.
You know, Quebec's own. So let's take you over to B. There's an exciting development happening here.
It looks like they're coming in for a draw. At least that's the weight that it looks like.
I think the intention was maybe to just heavy draw into it, but it's going to split and actually
It
hit
split and hit. Oh, and they are shot rock now.
But it's wide open for
It is
for
wide
Patty
open
to hit.
for Diane's team to hit, for Patty to hit.
So we'll see. Patty maybe avenging Diane's miss from earlier in the first end.
Then on A, we have Siri Parsons from Nutmeg looking to go for a hit as well, it appears.
You know, Siri did tell me before we hopped on the broadcast that we should only report nice things and only give her compliments. So we're going to do that, provided that this shot is right on. And this is looking pretty good. It does need... Oh, and unfortunately, it's on the guard. It is going to be swept in.
But, you know, like, that shot did some good. It opened it up. It opened that port up more for
For sure.
them for their next shot.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't know if Siri has one more. Or actually, I think Liz would be right after her. So I think we got some time, but it seems like it's opened it up a little more. I mean, if you're red, what do you do here, Noah? What's the shot call?
What sheet are we looking at now?
We're looking at A.
At A. I would throw up another guard,
Yep. And it seems...
which it looks like that's what they're doing. Like, they're sitting 2 right now. They do have hammer, so, like, you could get even more aggressive, but, like, that shot was wide open then, so. Looks like they are on their first skips rocks now. I believe Siri's actually throwing third
I was
rocks.
going to say, I misspoke earlier. Apologies for the viewers at home. So Siri's throwing third rock, and it looks like Joanne is, of course, throwing skip rocks.
I believe they're set up to still go and hit the rock that Siri was not able to do so. If they hit it right, could potentially get 2, I believe, but I don't know if the angle is there with now all the guards.
I think I mean, worst case, you just blow it up, right? Like, you open the port, give yourself a chance. You force them to make a shot.
Yeah.
So just want to quickly direct your attention back to see it. It looks like yellow was able to take out that previous rock.
And yellow just came
and
in.
Just came in,
For
And so they're now sitting 2.
they're sitting 3.
Oh, no, that was
they just got 3.
that was Hammer.
That was Hammer.
Good, and
Three rocks for a 3-person team.
not bad at all for Janice and team.
And over at A, Joanne just ended up getting one of those rocks out.
Okay, nice.
So she was successful there. Red is still sitting 1, but there's a lot of yellow rocks around that.
Yeah, I think if you're red, you got to put something in because, God forbid, yellow chips that out. I mean, it is half buried from the looks of it, but you still want to account for the potential that it gets chipped out.
Yeah,
and
if
then
it gets chipped out, then it's uh-oh.
Exactly. Yeah, so we'll see what they do here. This is Kirsta, I believe, or Krista. Weight looks okay. That actually seems a little light. I think the sweepers have to go. Yep, and they're on. And is this gonna crash or just plug up?
It looks like it's gonna be like a low guard.
That's not a bad shot at all.
Yeah.
And so let's see what Joanne does here too, because that's totally plugged up.
This is Joanne's last rock, while Red still has one more.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see, like, she doesn't want to blow up all those guards to let for her opponent to have an opening.
Yeah, you maybe just put one. You could throw up another guard. Just make it tough for them to get something else in. Yeah, and it looks like that's the shot they're calling. It's always tricky throwing those, like, super high guards. It's just over the hog line. You don't want to hog it, but you don't want to put enough weight that it, directs the rocks all over the place.
Yeah.
Over on B, it looks like Abracadabra just hogged there, so see what Diane has cooking.
Diane, it looks like they're looking for like a heavy draw. Maybe they tap that red one back a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do so successfully, it could be sitting 2 or possibly even 3 or 4, depending on how much weight she throws behind it. Here comes Joanne's rock down on sheet A.
It's got enough weight. I think the concern is if you are splitting those guards. Oh, and they actually got through.
Just got through. Let's see how deep they could get it.
This is looking really nice.
Really a nice shot.
Just
it's going to make
short.
it very, very hard for the Cape Cod team to get another rock in there.
Right, and you don't want to crash. If you just take that same line, right, you run the risk of tapping in.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
They might just decide, let's play it safe.
Yep.
And it looks like that's what they did. It looks like they just barely threw it. To be honest, it didn't even make it over their delivery hog line because they were like, no, we don't want to screw this up.
Right.
So that's fair.
You almost just like intentionally burn it at that point.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch over to the scoreboard view to give you folks a more precise view of the action going on the far side. Actually gives us a little bit of a better view as well, so it can provide you some precise commentary. Want to give a shout out to all the viewers at home. Tell us where you're from. Tell us if you're rooting for anyone. We got a lot of Nutmeg folks usually tuning in, but it seems like we have some folks from the other clubs. So welcome. Hope you're having a fun time watching. It's a good day for curling.
Yeah. It's also just a good day outside.
Oh my God, it's beautiful out.
I was driving here the windows down.
Mm-hmm.
People were like looking at me. It was like, "Whoa, this guy's fancy. Where is he off to
Yeah.
wearing his tuxedo?"
Little did they know that you'd be heading to the Nutmeg Curling Club.
Yeah, it's only the best for the ladies here
Of
at
course.
the Nutmeg Curling Club.
Yep. So for context, you know, Noah and I are in our finest suits.
Yeah,
You know,
for the broadcast.
mm-hmm. I know the men traditionally wear suits for the dinner service. You know, this is for the ladies. You know, we want to look our best for
Yep,
those that we're serving. So, a nice long-standing tradition that the curling club has.
exactly.
So a lot of excitement over on C. Looks like a hit is on, and looks like Jess Beats got it. Is it gonna roll a little bit? A little bit, but not too bad. Did the job there. It looks like Abracadabra scored again in the second end. They stole one. So Diane's in a bit of a hole. We'll hopefully see if she can put this behind her and close the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
Now Cape Cod's throwing too. It's another hit as well. It looks on actually. This is a nice shot. It's gonna
another
roll
nice
a little
shot.
bit. Good game of takeouts here.
Yep, and it looks like on C they are just going back and forth with hit after hit after
Yeah.
hit.
That game's fun to play sometimes too. You know, sometimes having a lot of rocks in the house, it's anxiety inducing. It's a little
Oh,
stressful.
and it feels great getting to hitting a rock.
Oh yeah. So I'll tell you a quick anecdote, Noah. So on Thursday, we have a pretty standard set of leagues here at the Nutmeg Curling Club. We got our new Skip Thursday League. For those who are, I'll say, newer to the skip position, we actually had some viewers from the Wonderland of Ice, the hockey arena next door to the curling club here. And Noah, let me tell you, those kids were excited to watch curling.
Oh, yeah?
So we were playing an end, actually coming down this way towards the warm room, and it was a hit game. So all of us were doing takeouts, and it was a pretty good back and forth. You know, our friend Aaron Weidman had a few good hits. I had some nice hits as well. Nate had a couple good ones as well, and each shot, these hockey players, these young kids were going crazy. They were
Oh, yeah?
cheering.
Were they
excited.
banging on the glass?
Oh yeah, yeah, just like they were at a hockey game too. I think you know it's the novelty of curling, right? It's something different. It's something exciting. You know, I'll spoil it. The end ended. Brian Camus drew in for a beautiful shot, and to my back, I didn't see it, but apparently these kids were going so crazy.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so that, you know, it's that excitement that comes in too. But the point of me telling you that story is those takeout ends are always a lot of fun,
Yes.
and they generate a lot of excitement. So we're getting a good treat over here on C, and it looks like Jess Speed has another hit coming her way too.
Yeah, they've just been trading takeouts.
This does,
This is on the wing, so it's a bit more difficult. It looks like it's coming around. Yeah, she's gonna get it.
I don't know if it'll stick.
I
though.
don't know if
That's-
it's gonna stick. Yeah, it does.
Might be biting a little
No,
bit.
it's fully in.
Oh yeah, no, we misspoke. That's in.
Well,
Nice.
you misspoke. I did not.
Oh, very fair. We will see if Cape Cod can respond though. This is Kathy Offinger right here, going for.
It looks like this one is not going to be a takeout. Oh wait, but
Oh no, it looks
has
like it.
It's plenty heavy.
It looks like Jen
It-
gave her. So it looks like the way she throws, her shots widen out a lot, right? Like,
Yeah.
and that was a perfect example where it just widened out so much, and there's a bit of a fall in C sometimes,
Yeah.
but just unfortunately couldn't get it. So, what's the call here if you're playing field, if you're the snow squad? What do you do here?
So Snow Squad is right now
They're two.
sitting. Oh wait.
No, yeah, no, it's
I
one
want
two.
to. I want to apologize to
Yeah,
you that I actually misspoke. That one that was hit was not. I was looking at the wrong rock.
Yeah, we were. It's because the view is flip flop, so totally understandable. I accept your apology, and we'll just
Yeah.
move forward.
So yeah. So right now, they have one rock in.
Yeah,
I would throw another rock on the other side of the house, split
Yep.
the house. I believe it appears to be that's what the call is.
They are not hammer though, so, and it looks like she's a little narrow. It's not too bad though. I'm surprised they're not going directly straight down center, right? This is first skip rocks. I guess if anything, you just put something in and hope the other team hits. I guess you probably try to go for the 12 or the 8.
That's a
And
nice rock.
yeah, that's perfectly fine. I think
There's no way they could get the double on that one.
no. And you put it in a position where if you are hitting, maybe yellow still counts after that, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And it looks like they're going for the draw actually, which is I think a fair call. It's an interesting call. But let's see what Deb does here. It's always an interesting position being vice, but then also throwing skip rocks. A lot of pressure, but
Yep.
she seems focused. She's got the timer in the pocket. And
Looks
this
like it's
is
going
on.
to hit one of theirs, one of the yellow rocks.
I wonder if that was the intended call. It almost looked
Yeah,
like
it looked like that was not the intended call, but
got it done.
it got it done. It's very close to see who's actually counting.
Yeah, I would think it looks like yellow by a smidge, but it's close. And if you're Janice here, I think you just tap it out and hopefully knows. I mean, you could maybe just roll in a little bit, maybe throw, some control weight here. So while Janice is doing that, we'll direct your attention over to sheet A, where
It's always
There's-
the furthest one.
right there's that's where all the action is. So we should maybe campaign for Tech Ed to move this station over to A,
Yeah, or just somewhere in the middle so
That's
we can
right.
see everything.
or we need almost like a sideline reporter over on A.
Yeah. Do you think this cord, we could put an extension cord on it and I could just walk out to the ice?
Probably. Yeah, if you had one of those 20-foot cords, I think you can make it happen.
Yeah.
Get some player interviews, some
Yeah.
how they do
in-game
that.
interviews.
Exactly.
Yeah, so series shot is coming down on A. Looks like it's coming down for a hit.
I think just got past the guard, and that's a good shot, and that buries quite nicely behind the red guard over there. It's not shot,
It's
but
not shot, but it opened it up for them, and I believe it's second shot right now.
Yep. Not bad at all. That's still an effective shot. So over on, and it looks like Janice took out the red rock here, and it looks like it is sitting. So yellow's sitting too, and all Deb needs to do is just draw in, but it's short. It looks
Short.
like. Wow.
That was short by
Frustrating.
a decent amount.
So wanna direct your attention.
So
or-
for that end, yellow ended up stealing
Wow.
2.
It's a tough break for the Cape Cod team.
Yeah.
For all you football fans out there, the Saturday action, towards the end of the NFL season, we got some Saturday football. My
I gotta
minute.
be honest, I didn't even think that they were playing on Saturdays yet.
It's that time. Season sneaking up on us. The end of
Yeah,
season.
I know they do that at the end of the season, but
Thank you, Sean.
thank
Got
you. Yeah, to thank you, Mr. Bubba, Bubba's Brunch.
The man, the myth, the legend himself.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see Bubba at some point too.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. But anyways, you were saying.
So it looks like the Vikings, my favorite
oh
team,
yes, your team.
are up 7-3 at halftime. So good start for the Vikings. Low scoring game. I've got a couple people in fantasy, so we'll see.
Yeah, I don't like talking about that because my team ended up being 7th out of 6, with all 3 of my quarterbacks getting injured during the season. So I just missed the playoffs, and this is the first week of fantasy playoffs.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so I couldn't care less anymore.
That's right. You've quiet quit, as they say.
Especially because I'm a Patriots fan too, and like
Tough go.
it's a weird situation. Like I'm still rooting for the team, but like
You all,
it's better if they lose
yeah,
draft wise, but like you
right.
still want them to win.
Yeah, they're sort
So
of in that pole position for the first round draft pick or the number one overall draft pick.
yeah,
It's almost like a dogfight, but in the opposite direction.
yeah, it's a dogfight in your heart.
Exactly. So, I'm gonna switch back over, and actually, we'll keep the action over there because still got two ends finishing up. Looks like it's either last skip shots or first skip shots over on A and B. Nice shot over on A. Believe that was just the Cape Cod team. So it looks like Joanne now has got to figure out what to do next. And it looks like Red only has, they're either sitting one or two. It's hard to tell with that second rock. But it looks like they're just going to go for just a draw. Seems pretty reasonable. Over on B, it
Andrew,
looks like,
what's your favorite shot in curling? When
ooh,
your skip calls for you to do a draw when there's an option for a hit, are
I
you
think,
like, okay, I'm good with that, or are you like, I would rather go for the hit?
you know, I'll put some nuance behind it, right? I think it really depends on the game situation, but if both options were equally advantageous, I don't know, something feels really good about the draw, right? Just to get,
Really?
yeah, I don't know, like takeouts are sexy, but draws are finesse, right? You know,
That
they're artful, right? To get like the perfect weight and the perfect line,
Yeah, if you could
like,
make a perfect draw, like that's nice.
yeah,
But as I said earlier, I love hitting.
oh, for sure. There's something very it feels like there's a release, right? You see the visual effects of a takeout.
Yep.
Yeah, it's loud. You know, there's usually like hard sweeping to keep the line. It feels good. I totally would get you there.
Yeah.
So over on B, it looks like Diane has just fired, and I think the call was maybe a draw, or it was a guard, but I think the call was a draw, and it just came up short. So I think Red's just gonna try to draw in behind.
It does look like Diane is sitting two right now,
Hmm.
which is good for them because they need points.
For sure. And if you're red, this looks like this is Mora red over here. So Mora's firing away. I think you just got to draw in and put the pressure on, right? Like you just got to make a shot.
Yeah, it looks like this is coming in with a lot of weight though.
Yeah, they're coming up. They might have. Yeah, this is
This
either
this
through.
is
This
through
is
or
through.
yeah, this is through. It's not going to hit anything. It's through.
Tough outcome for Mora and team there. So now all Diane just needs to do is just draw in, just knock it down and get three.
Yep.
We'll just direct your, so you won't see it on the stream, but just want to let y'all know on C, Yellow's got three in the house and they're drawing in for four. I don't think, this is going to actually probably end up being a guard. They're going to try to get a bite. This just might, oh no, this is in. It's top 8. Good shot. So pressure's on for Jen and team here.
All right, here comes Diane coming down, about to deliver her shot. She goes. Shot is off. Looks like it has plenty of weight. It's coming down.
They just need white. It might be, no, this is good. They gotta,
Yeah, yeah, they're good.
they're good. Nice shot.
Very nice shot by Diane to get 3. Pull within 1.
That's how you respond right there.
Oh yeah, like you're down 4-0, including giving up a steal.
Mhm.
After 2, it's like this isn't great. Getting that 3 puts you back in it.
Some
It's
good
huge.
momentum.
Yep.
Very cold-blooded move from Diane there. looks like the warm room is cleared up a little bit since
Yeah.
the 11:30 draw has ended.
I
and-
gotta say, it's a lot nicer now.
Mm.
Not that we don't like everybody being here, but there's just so much going on behind us a lot of times.
For sure.
It's distracting.
Yeah, there's a lot of fanfare in the warm room here, but all the action is on the ice. We definitely want to broadcast that.
Yeah.
So we're going to switch over to the 6-house view so you can see all the action on both sides. Give you some insight as to what's going on. Let's direct your attention to C just being the closest to us and the most action going on.
C's coming down. Looks like they're going for a takeout to be sitting.
Gotta watch out there though too.
Oh, they could jam.
It's Jim.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What a shot.
I don't know if that was called or if it was just a little lucky, but
Yeah, because if anything, I would have wanted to hit the rock on the other side, so
Right.
the jam wasn't there. But
Right.
that was like, it could have jammed on 2 different rocks.
right.
But
It's
nope,
like the
it
most.
went right through.
Oh yeah. So it looks like the call, I assume it was to freeze, and
Yeah, they're really going to need to sweep it. It looks, oh, this actually looks pretty good.
yeah, this is nice. They might want to actually come up. Yeah, and they're up. This is going to end up quite nicely, right on the button.
Very nice shot.
Nice shot.
Very nice shot. That's what you need after that second and third end.
Yeah.
You need a shot like that.
And it seems like Jaspeed's going to just try to hit this and chip it out almost in the same way as she did last time. It's a tougher angle, and you almost want to throw like hack weight here because you want to still. It almost seems like Janice is going for big points here, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they're confident.
And she did slip a little bit, and this looks wide.
Their sweep.
He's bringing it over. This might be okay, actually.
I think it's going to jam on something.
Oh, that's good.
What another great
Nice
shot.
Great shot from Jaspeed there. So pressure's on for Jen and team.
Like after the Cape Cod Crystals make a great shot.
Right.
Like, you're like, okay, that feels really great, and then that happens.
Of
to
course.
You. Like,
Yeah, you don't want.
That's so difficult to
Yeah,
deal with.
you don't want like the pressure of getting beat like that to bring. Like you want to just think about the shot in front of you too. This shot actually looks pretty good too. It's on its way. Got Kathy with the shot here. Needs to go. I think they might. They're not careful. Yeah, no, this is gonna look okay. Perhaps. Oh no, it's not curling back. And that's just gonna hang out. Wow.
Right. Well, that's it's shot rock right now, but it is wide open for a hit.
Right.
They don't really have to worry that much about a jam if they just nose it.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised they're coming from that side. You would think you'd want to come from the
From
center,
the other side, right?
because you want to hit it just left of nose. And if you can get the roll, that's ideal. So maybe Janice feels a little more comfortable coming across, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting broom placement there. I mean, she's feeling confident right now too.
Like, I'm not one to judge because those last few shots that we saw from them were great. So.
For sure. Yeah, they're dialed in right now.
Yeah.
You know, this Plainfield team, you got to watch. You know, repping the great state of New Jersey proud.
I'm actually going to New Jersey tomorrow.
Interesting.
Fun fact.
What brings you there?
I am going to a hockey game tomorrow
A
night.
Devils game?
Well, I'm a Ducks fan, and the Ducks are in town playing the Devils.
Very
so
fun.
Yes. And then before the game, we're actually going to medieval times.
So fun.
Yeah.
Always wanted to go to medieval times.
Oh, you've never gone?
I've had so many friends say that it's a fantastic experience, and that's another hit from Janice there. Wow. Great shot.
Yeah, I've gone to medieval times one time. It was great. My wife has never gone. When her class went once on a field trip and she was sick that day, And she was so disappointed, so I was like,
So you got to bring her back, right?
yeah, so I was like, all right, we'll go.
Yeah, I think you're like the third person in the last like four or 5 weeks to say like great things about medieval times.
Oh,
So
really?
yeah, I feel like we just got to make the pilgrimage, make the journey,
We have to night up?
That's right. Yeah, are you gonna get dressed up for it? Like,
No.
it would be it'd be funny if you were like a Golden Knights fan because
Oh, yeah,
that would
that
be
would be interesting.
thematically
Yeah.
that would make sense.
Yes.
Could really not need an outfit change there.
Or like a Kings fan.
Yep.
Um,
I guess
I think,
sabers technically, they got the sword.
I don't know. That's a little bit of a stretch.
Well, let's take a look at Deb's shot here too. I think it's gonna hit something.
It's gonna hit.
Hopefully it. Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh wow!
It field
Oh
goaled
no!
it. Oh no!
Wow!
Okay, so
That's one of those shots where you can't even
it's
plan to
frustrating.
make.
Yeah. So I think if you're Janice, what do you do here, Noah? What's the call? I think you almost just want to draw in because for all of the 7 rocks that they have in the house,
Yeah, I just had to do a count. Like,
Deb could just draw in and score 1, right?
yeah. So I would throw a guard if they want to get maybe guard like top 12 in the house.
Yeah. Right, like you block shot right now.
So that way you block the potential draw into the button.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do. But then also, you get another one in the house.
Right.
It
Because
looks
at that point, if you have 7 in the house, like, might as well just go for 8.
Yeah.
Like, put the pressure on.
It looks like that's what they're setting up to do.
Mm-hmm.
This could be interesting.
I've never seen an 8-ender in person
Well,
before, too.
now we're not going to, now with you saying that.
I mean,
Thanks, Jinx. Jeez.
the shot looks on. It's got enough weight. I guess the question is it the line that they want?
Yeah, it's the placement of it. I like the placement.
Oh, no. Will this check up? That's the question.
No, I think it's going to be good.
It's a
It might be a
biter.
little bit more towards the center line than they want it.
Yeah.
Maybe a wick up. That's a nice shot though.
Wow, so this is a high-pressure shot for Deb here. If she doesn't hit anything, if she hogs or flashes or could be looking at...
Yeah, like she has a lot to hit. It looks like Jen is calling for the hit off of the shot rock right now for them to flop into the button, which the shot is there, but as you said before, previously, it's the pressure.
Right. And we'll see how she does here, too. Like, it looks on... I think they got a sweep. I think they might want to come up soon. They just got to get it there.
I like the weight.
Weight looks good. Wow, this might actually do it. Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that's incredible.
After all that,
wow.
and the Cape Cod crystals get the one.
That is high pressure right there.
Very, very high
Extreme
pressure shot.
Ice and veins. Wow.
The Snow Squad was just laying the hammer down, and then the Cape Cod crystals were like, nope.
Well, that's a shot you remember for a long time.
That might be more impressive than an 8-ender.
For sure. Oh, absolutely. Because it's one thing to just like throw the rocks down and yeah, you get 8 in the house. But it's another thing to be staring that down and not let the pressure phase you.
With the pressure.
Yeah.
Of like, oh, not only could we give up an 8-end, like we potentially might give up a steal.
Right.
An 8-end steal, and they faced it.
That was very impressive.
And they didn't just end up cutting them down to like 2 or 3. They ended up getting 1 out of it.
Yeah, incredible.
Yeah.
Makes the game a little more lively for sure. And the score's now 5-2. I mean, you're still looking pretty good if you're Snow Squad. You're up 3. You have hammer.
Do you think if those hockey guys that you were talking about before, if they were in here, do you think they would have recognized what was happening?
Probably not, to be honest.
No.
Like, I don't know what the hockey equivalent of an 8-ender would be. Maybe like a 6-goal game or something like that from one player, but like for like a team accomplishment, I'm not really sure what the
Yeah,
equivalent would be. So there's
but
no
like that one shot coming down, maneuvering, facing all those rocks in the
right,
house, and be like, oh, nope.
right. I think they'd recognize greatness for what they see, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad was actually a part of an 8-ender
Oh, wow.
his
Oh,
first year
yes, I
curling.
saw. Remember, I've seen his at Nutmeg here down the ramp going down to the ice house. We have all the pictures of the 8-enders
I
here.
think there's only been what 4 maybe in
Yeah,
club history.
there's
Like,
not that many pictures on there, but yes, in one of those pictures, I do recognize Mr. Andy Voigt,
yes, sir.
your
Shout
father.
out to Andy if you're listening.
Yes.
Um,
So do you were you there? Do you know how it happened?
so I don't know how it actually happened, but I remember him telling me the day after, and this was during the club challenge,
He
and I
didn't come home and like wake you up in the middle of the night or something, being like, Andrew, my boy.
so it's funny because because that was his first year curling.
Yeah.
Surprisingly enough, I believe this was 2014 or 2015. So I was relatively new to curling, but at least enough to know the significance.
Oh, 2014. That's the year that our friends at Cape Cod Curling
That's right.
started curling together
It
here.
must be a truly historic year. 2014 must have been stacked at the
Yeah.
Nutmeg Curling Club.
Yeah.
So I remember he came home and I was like, "Oh, how were the games?" And he's like, "Yeah, we got something called an 8-ender." And I'm like, I start freaking out. I'm like, "What? You got an
We
8-ender?"
got something called like whatever the hell that is.
And he was like, "Yeah, there was like all these people watching." And I skipped. It was Carissa Lynn, if you recognize that name.
I'm not familiar with.
She doesn't
with
curl
her.
here anymore, but she was very good. I remember, and yeah, she was all nervous, I guess, and they just were kind of sprinkled throughout the house, and I think they hit a takeout for the 8th shot,
Oh, wow.
and that's a pressure shot if you ask me. And
Yeah.
I don't think it was to like win the end. I think it was just to like get that 8th
Yep.
point. But I mean, what an experience, right? Like, you're part of history at that point.
Yep. I gotta say, it's always interesting in an 8-ender because I always feel like for that to happen, both teams must have missed shots.
Right.
Because like obviously the team that's facing the 8-ender has missed shots, but even so, the team that is potentially going to get 8, because generally a lot of times you want to throw up guards
Yeah.
to start your end to start protecting yourself.
Hmm.
But then if you have all the rocks in the house,
At that point, you just
something has happened where
right.
like what happened, like what about guards?
Hmm.
Unless you're tapping up every single guard or
Right.
the other team has tapped up your guards.
Yeah, it's almost a situation born from not hitting your shots. It's
Yeah.
yeah. But once I talked to my dad about it, he was so hyped. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
was yeah. And now he's a nutmeg. His name is etched in nutmeg curling history.
Yes.
It's pretty remarkable stuff.
And his face, his whole body, his
Yep.
picture.
His name, image, and likeness. It
Yeah.
is in nutmeg curling history. I can only hope to achieve what he has.
Yeah.
So we digress. We'll direct your attention over to sheet B. Looks like Diane is in the house now, and looks like they're sitting 2. And it seems like I would think that they're going to guard here. They could potentially put one top 12. And the weight looks pretty good for a guard. I don't see any directional sweeping from that team,
No, it
but
looks like it's gonna be
oh,
in
that's
the
heavy.
house.
That's heavy. Yeah,
It's gonna be
it's
right up against their other. Oh, maybe past their other one.
we're splitting it maybe.
Splitting it. Yeah.
It's still not buried though. It's not a terrible outcome because the double isn't. It's not super high potential, right? Like it's definitely makeable, but
It's makeable, but
you also spray out. There's a high potential of a spray.
yeah.
We're going to take a quick water break and come back to the broadcast.
And we are back. I am sorry for that all of you missed us so much.
Just had to take a quick hydration break.
Yes, it does. Doing all this talking, your throat does get parched.
Of course. Wanted to also sample the specialty drinks from the Crystal Snowflake.
Yes, I am drinking a Yule Mule. I believe you are as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta say, it is fabulous.
It is very, very tasty. I may have to borrow the recipe for my own family holiday parties. I think there was also the coquito as well. I forget
Yes,
the name,
I
but
believe it was Julie's like famous coquito. I'm assuming that's our Julie from our club.
yeah, I
Who's
would.
playing on Sheep B right now.
I almost now that I know it's from a Nutmeg person
I
specifically.
think that's what I'm assuming.
Yeah, I would want to. I'd feel more inclined to drink it. Not the biggest coquito guy, but this Yule Mule is definitely hits the spot.
Yes.
Very festive, right, for this type of Bonspiel.
Yep.
So while we were away, it looks like over on C, Plainfield took 2. It looks like, and it looks like we're still wrapping up the 5th end over on A and B. Looks like Cape Cod Abracadabra is up. And it looks like they've just taken shot. Great outcome for Mora there. She's
Over on A, it looks like they are about to come down with Hammer. And what's the house looking like?
looks like Yellow's sitting 1.
Yellow sitting 1, so
And I think they just need to hit.
they just need a hit, and if they stick,
They got
they
5.
could get 5. So this is a big time shot coming down. Like, even if they roll out with the hit,
That's 4.
it's 4.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that they could jam against.
So Kirsta's got a high pressure shot here. Let's see if she can do it.
It's coming down.
What's on? It looks wide.
A little wide.
Looks wide.
But
They're trying to push it over, and
oh,
they got it. Nice shot.
Wow. Big time 5.
Nicely done from just the Cape Cod team. No festive team name, but that's okay because they just scored 5.
And remember, they started curling here in 2014 at the Blazing
That's
Wings.
true.
That's just one of the few fun facts we got from our lady curlers here.
Of course.
Another one we got from team. Let me tell you what the team we got.
This is the Crystal Gnomes. Kathy, Marianne, Danielle, and Tiffany.
Oh yeah, from the Crystal Gnomes, their fun facts are, so Marianne and Kathy, they actually worked at the same institution many years apart. What that institution is, I have no idea. So yeah, that's interesting that they worked at the same place and it was just years later.
It's pretty cool.
Tiffany, who's on their team, who I believe is a second or third year curler, her and her husband, Troy, who also curls. Troy is not curling in the Crystal Snowflake because of requirements. They eloped instead of getting like a normal. I don't want to say a normal wedding, but you know what I mean.
Of course.
I know you are engaged.
This is true.
Would you ever think about eloping?
You know, I think about it a lot, right? You know, especially as we look at the cost of traditional weddings in this country, in this state.
Oh, believe me, I know.
Yeah, no, yeah, you can certainly, attest to that.
Yep.
So I think we think about it, but probably we're I think too invested at this point.
Oh yeah, like
At this point, it's
you have too many arrangements made.
of course, it's a sunk cost at this point, so
Yeah.
might as well just go through with it.
Yep.
Was that your wedding? A similar
Well,
feeling?
so mine was interesting because we were already married for like over a year before our wedding. We did a very small ceremony quickly And no, it wasn't a shotgun wedding. I know when I've said that, people are like, "Oh, was it?" No, my mother-in-law was very sick, so we wanted
Mm,
to get married. So it was only a few people, and that was fine. But yeah, like it was only like a very small amount of family, like no friends, and we wanted to do something that where we were with all of our friends and family. So we planned a big whole wedding thing. But during the whole planning process, I was just like, what's the point?
of
We're already
course.
married. Like, who cares?
I could see for you especially, yeah,
Yeah, it's like this thing is so stressful and everything,
of
and like
course.
especially it's like we're
Such
already,
a whole industry
and
around
it's
it,
like we're
yeah.
already married, so it's like not that big of a deal for
Sure.
us. And it's interesting talking to all these like wedding planners and contractors, the vendors, is that they're like, oh, like your wedding, like it's so like important, like you're only gonna do this once, even though like one, like they probably say that to everybody,
Of
and
course.
not that it's going to happen to me or anything, but like we all know that's not the case. But also like they didn't know like we were already married, so it was like whatever.
Mm.
But yeah, it's crazy. Like I don't know how it would be if I was in your position where like I wasn't already married going into it, doing
Yeah.
everything. So
I think it's exciting. I think certainly I think you see such a variety of different approaches these days.
yeah,
Not that like I was in that headspace that many years ago, but
yeah,
you know, you actually have seen more people get married, I'll say quickly in that sense, like some due to situations like yours. I've seen like health insurance reasons with
oh yeah. I've seen the health insurance reason, which is crazy
for
to
sure.
think of in our country,
Of
but
course,
it is
yeah.
what it is.
Right. But I think it's just whatever you and your partner feel good about, and it's ultimately your choice at the end of the day. Like, you're not forced to do anything. Like,
Yep.
there is this industry, like, looming over you, but at the end of the day, it's whatever you feel comfortable with, and
Yep.
you have to sort of be okay with the impacts of that.
Yeah.
So we're excited. You know, there's always time to make that money back, right?
Yeah, and then yeah, you look at all the people say like, oh, like you'll recoup all that money from your wedding guest.
mm, some of it, I would say.
You
Not all.
don't.
Not all
You
of it.
don't.
No. Yeah, I think you go in.
But you know what? It's essentially you're just throwing a party for yourself and all your friends,
That's right.
and that was the fun part. So
Yeah. Oh, and I'm sure your wedding was a blast and a half, right?
yes.
And I have no doubts mine will be as well. So
Yep.
it's all good. It's an exciting time.
Have you sent out
Uh,
your invites yet?
we probably will in January or
All
February.
right, so I'll be checking my mail in January or
Of
February.
course. Check your inbox for sure. I'm not sure how Dana would feel about going to a relative stranger's wedding, but
I'll be fine with it.
that's right. There'll be enough open bar for her there.
Except she doesn't really drink that much alcohol at all.
Okay.
So
We can provide other accoutrements if that's her fancy.
yeah, yeah. Where's your location? Do you have your venue?
Yeah, everything is set in stone. Like we have done everything. Like
Like all the vendors are booked and
it's
everything.
all booked.
Oh well,
I think the only
that's
thing,
good.
I'll backtrack. Only thing is the hair and makeup, but I don't have to worry
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
not your. Does she have her dress already?
Dress is
Oh
bought.
wow.
I
Yeah.
just have, we just have the bachelor party. We still have to do like our tasting and stuff like that,
Okay.
but that's the most fun part of it. Planning the menu, planning the specialty
Yeah.
cocktails. I may have to add
The Yule
the
Mule.
Yule Mule.
My
to-
specialty to cocktail was so our colors were kind of like blue and pink.
Mm.
My wife's favorite color is pink. I like blue. So I had blue mule. So it was a Moscow mule
Oh,
that had I'm blanking on
like
the
blue curacao.
yeah
Nice,
curacao to turn it blue. She had
nice.
a pink sangria.
Where was my invite to this? It would
Yeah,
have
I
been.
know. Yeah, I feel bad now.
Come on. Unbelievable.
So yeah, no, but you should. If your colors are like red,
We're going like green and purple, like sort of that like foresty color, right? Like
oh,
the
that's.
off lavender, right? Sort
Do you
of.
know what? Green and purple is also the colors of, like I said, my favorite hockey team's former colors,
That's right, the Mighty
the
Ducks.
Mighty Ducks.
So I don't know how to turn that into drink form. I mean, I think mine's gonna be a mojito, perhaps. So
Ooh.
there's some green in the mint, right?
Yes, yes.
I think Mary's is. I think she's gonna go with a lemon drop. So you could put like some purple in there, make
You
it like
definitely can.
a purple, like a lavender drop,
I
perhaps.
was at a wedding. It was actually a pretty formal wedding. It was black tie optional, so of course I dressed to the nines as I
I was gonna say
currently am.
you probably wore what you're wearing today.
I did, um, and one their specialty drink. They used either a certain type of gin or a certain type of vodka that like changes colors based off of the temperature, I believe, that the drink is at. So like if it had this ice in it, it would be like maybe more blue, and then as it warms up, it would kind of turn to like a green or a purple.
Hmm,
And they were kind of, it was all kind of like Northern Lights type of stuff.
that's very cool.
Yes. And I was like, well, this is like awesome. So I have no idea what type of alcohol it was, but yeah, it was pretty cool.
Very interesting. It's those little touches I think that you remember,
Yeah.
right? We went to a wedding last year in the Hamptons, so expectations are super high, right? We get there and they give us lemonade with lavender in it, like
Ooh.
lavender flakes. I'm like, this is
Are you
so.
supposed to eat that?
Yeah, yeah, it was edible.
Okay.
It was delicious, right? It
Yeah.
added a nice, herbal,
Herbal essences.
exactly. It was almost like I was, eating the shampoo, right? Like,
Yeah.
no, it was very tasty for sure. But it's like those little things, right? It's those little detail. You don't remember like the venue or the maybe some of the food you remember, but it's like those little things that like distinguish your wedding.
Yeah. Do you have your first dance yet?
We do have our first dance. So we
Oh.
have, yeah. What we do have to pick though is the profession. I think it's called the processional song, where you like are actually
Oh, walking down.
walking down the aisle, or
Okay.
when she's walking
You're not
down.
gonna do "Here Comes the Bride."
No, we're not living in 1920. We're a little more modern in that sense. I was.
So,
I was.
are you taking dance lessons, or no?
I have been. There's been a rumor that we may be getting dance lessons as a Christmas gift.
Oh,
That
okay.
has been. There's been speculation, so I will report back probably at the next broadcast that we do.
Okay.
Probably will be after the holidays, so I will report back.
Okay, that sounds good.
That's a hard-hitting analysis y'all are listening to this stream for.
Yeah, come for
But,
curling, stay for the wedding talk.
Exactly. Most people I'm sure are reminiscing about their wedding, thinking fondly about it,
Or not.
or not. Yeah, depending on the audience. Yeah. I want
And it
to.
looks like we just got a shake on sheet C.
The Snow Squad coming out on top. Congratulations to the Plainfield team.
Plainfield
Janice.
team of 3. Now do we actually know who is missing of the 3?
We don't know specifically. I think someone in their front end.
Well, even
But
so,
no,
they all
they played very well. That was a good game. Janice especially. I mean, right on. Called
they
a good
played
game.
great.
Just little things, right? That throw from Deb. I believe that was the third end where they could have scored, but then they gave up to. It's just those like small margins, right?
Yep.
That can really make or break a game.
Yeah. So they now move on to the
I think it's just the semifinal.
no, they move on to the finals, I believe. Let me try to. Yeah, they move on to the first event finals
They're
at
in.
12 p.m. tomorrow.
Congratulations to the Snow Squad. They will be certainly a formidable opponent.
Yes, and we have the Cape Cod Crystals. They are still playing. They are going to the fourth event final, so they're still going to be in a finals, which is always great.
It's always a nice outcome where, you're defeated, you feel bad, but you still are playing for an event final.
Yes.
Like, that's still a good feeling.
Yes. Do we know who the Snow Squad? Who?
So it'll be Licensed to Chill, and then the winner of the
Or
Sheet A game.
yeah, the
So
winner of the Sheet A game, which right now it looks like it's going to be the Cape Codders.
So it will almost be Cape Cod will have another chance to take down Plainfield. Jen's
Yeah.
team,
I
unfortunately.
will say the game on A has been very close until we decided to get hydrated,
Right,
and then there was a big end.
right. I think the key is then we should not leave, and we should just always be commentating.
Yes.
Siri's going to be looking back at this and not be
And
too happy with
she's
us.
she's gonna be watching this back and be like, "Oh, this is going so well," and then like, what changed? It's like, oh, those commentators, they just laugh.
Right.
But one thing that back to our fun facts from our from one of our teams that we got. The last member of that team, Danielle, who is our resident librarian slash runner of our book club here at the curling club that we have during the off season. Her and her husband Dave are going to be playing together in the Golden Handle, their first time back playing in a Spiel together since their son Benjamin was born a few years ago.
Love it. It's very exciting.
Yes. Now, I do remember when their son was born, I forgot if it was one of their brooms or somebody else's brooms, but I believe I heard that like a broom broke, so they gave Benjamin like it snapped in half. So they gave Benjamin like a half.
They whittled it down.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah, so
I did hear that as well.
So he would be having like a little baby broom.
Yeah, we saw him during the Thanks for Curling event that we
Oh,
do here
you
at the
did?
curling club.
Oh, you did?
We shared a sheet with them actually.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fun. I think Benjamin lasted 20 minutes. I think he was tuckered out after
He
that.
was tuckered out. It was
He got a couple. He got a couple throws in.
Yeah, he was still digesting all that turkey probably.
For sure. Yeah. Hasn't woken up from his Thanksgiving nap fully. But no, it was a fun time for sure.
Yeah.
Those events are good. Bringing the whole family into this, very intimate sport that we all play together.
Yes.
This tight little second family that we all have.
Yeah, for those of you that are watching from from across the country, across the world, around the world, I guess, that don't know what Andrew's talking about, is that here at the Nutmeg Curling Club, every Saturday after Thanksgiving, we hold an event called Thanks for Curling, where members of the club could sign up to reserve a sheet, reserve an ice time. They could come with their family and friends, and to show them their sport that they love. And then after, we all go back in, broomstack, eat some food, and everything. It's a nice time. It's a nice like give back to the members instead of like having to reserve ice time another time for everybody.
It's a good way to, I think, bring people together, and you're here with your family anyways.
Yeah.
People seem to have a lot of fun with it too.
Oh yeah.
I know my family did.
Yeah, my the friends that I was here with, they had a great time.
So over on A, it looks like another nice shot
Looks
from
like they
Cape
just-
Cod.
No, that was.
Oh, no, that was Jacqueline, right?
Yeah, no, that
Or
was
Joanne, I'm sorry.
Joanne. Yeah, looks like they got 3. So look at that. As soon as we got on the broadcast, they started playing well again.
We're just
Not that they weren't playing well before.
Of course.
But
They're back in it at least.
Yes.
So that score will be 8-5 now. So they're within striking distance.
Diane's shot is coming down on sheet B. Ooh, it just crashed the guards. They were coming in. And now the other team from, I forgot where's this team from?
This team is also Cape Cod, I believe. This is the Abracadabra
Oh
team.
yes, the Abracadabra.
And this is Mora, I believe, in the house.
Yeah, they are coming down looking to get 2 out of this end in a currently tie game of 5-5. Shot is coming down. Ooh, it's going to just hit a guard. All right, so they took one.
It's still a pretty close game over there. I don't believe. Oh no, yeah. So they take the lead. It's tied up.
It was tied up, so now they take one stone lead going into the 7th end.
Great to see. And I believe they do 8 ends here now. Full 8,
I believe that is what they are doing.
unless they shake.
Yeah.
But
Do you think it's possible for us to ask the people playing on sheet A for them to just move their game onto sheet C?
I think so. I think they'd be open to it, right?
To
For the fan
just,
experience.
Just to make it easier for all of us at home.
Of course. Yeah, I know there's a pretty devoted crowd here watching in. You know, we've got our 8 viewers at home watching the broadcast. They're having fun with it, I'm sure. I know we had a lot of fans from Plainfield, so if you're still watching the games, you know, appreciate you being here. I know there's been a lot of fan support. So we'll see if on A, Joanne can come back, steal 3, or at least just chip away at that lead. In NFL news, it looks like the Vikings and Bengals are tied 17-17.
Ooh.
7 minutes left in the game. Definitely a tough spot for both of those teams in the
Now-
playoff hunt in their respective conferences.
The most important question, though, is how's your fantasy team doing?
Not amazing.
Well, it is only Saturday, though.
It is Saturday, so Joe Mixon has 12 points. Hawkinson has 6, so not great. But my opponent has Browning on the Bengals, and he only has 10. So
Okay.
we are both projected 96 points. So a real offensive showdown here. So we'll see. It's going to come down to probably the Sunday games, maybe even the Monday night game. So I will be nervously awaiting those games. But hopefully the Vikings can pull it out. You know, I think the best thing is when your team does well and your fantasy team does well.
Yeah. Here comes the Cape Codders down. It looks like they're going for the draw on sheet B.
Looks a little
Skip
light.
is coming out to help with the sweep in, which we learned from our previous broadcast. It does absolutely nothing. But, you know, it's the thought that counts.
You know what? They brought it. I think they might have gotten a bite, or it's just short. I think it's just short, but you know, maybe if Mora had come and been the first sweeper, perhaps that would have gotten it in.
Yeah. Well, they did end up crashing on their guard. You probably missed that because you were just looking at your fantasy team.
It's true. And now Jane. Let's see how she does here too.
Looks like they're coming down for a
Probably
draw as
another
well. It looks kind of hot and heavy.
I think the weight doesn't. I think this is gonna check up.
This is checking up.
It's not gonna bury though. I don't think. It's curling nicely though. It is open for the hit.
It is open. Yep.
We're going to switch over to the scoreboard view, just to give you all the up close and personal view. You can see the action on A. Here we just see a hit over there. Nice shot over on A by that Cape Cod team.
Cape Codders are coming down on B, looking for the hit. Sweepers are sweeping all the way. Barely gets by the guard and gets, a nice roll.
Great shot. It's pretty buried. I mean,
Yeah, it's nice. Diane tried sweeping it all the way out of the back of the house, but no, it's a nice shot.
It looks like Julia's up here too. Surprise. They could just peel the guard. I think we're past the 5 guard rule at this point, or the 5 shot rule.
Yeah. Looks like they're
Julie.
just going in for another draw.
You know, Julie really standing out with her
With the hair.
the blue hair here.
Yeah.
Would you ever turn your hair blue for a Bonspiel?
I think I would. Like if the whole team's doing something.
Mm. Like if it was part of the uniform, right? That's fair.
Yes.
You know, we did see at the club challenge a lot of coordinated team outfits.
Exactly. Yep.
We sort of see that here too.
Yeah,
you
we've
know.
seen that here.
You know, this Cape Cod team, Abra Cod Abra, has all their vests for the most part.
Yeah, I know we didn't really see it that much during this draw, but in other draws there were teams wearing all like the same sweatshirts, same shirts.
Not bad. So I think, did Julie go through or
Yeah,
did she?
I believe she went through.
And this also, the weight looks actually pretty good on this.
Yeah, they're also
Might-
going for the draw.
It might check up in the back. This does look a little, oh no, this is through. Unless it chips the guard, but this looks to be through also.
Yeah, that's through. That line, like they've been throwing like 3 or 4 rocks down in a row.
Right.
So.
She's got the bright, sort of like the colorful gray shoelaces too on her shoes. Julie's she's got the flair. Like, you know, she's here to curl, but
Yeah,
she's,
she has the snowman vest, not vest, sweater, jacket, fleece. And on A, we have Series shot coming down on going for a hit. It appears.
this looks good.
Looks real good. Got one of them out, and now sitting shot.
That is exposed, so,
It is really exposed.
and it looks like they're just going,
But I believe they are sitting 1-2.
I think that red might be still counting
Yeah,
for two.
it's hard to tell.
Tough to tell.
Why don't you go out there and report back to us? And the Cape Codders are coming down to try on sheet A, trying to get rid of Shot Rock now, it appears.
They're doing well. Have you ever been to Cape Cod, Noah? No, the curling club,
Oh.
not the not the region. We already covered that here on the broadcast.
No, I have not, except I will say, so when I started at my company a bit over a year ago, they always ask like for like something interesting to like write up about you, and then they send out an email to the whole company. And of course, my fun fact always is I curl, as I'm sure your fun fact
Of
is.
course. And it's a fun fact of everyone here.
Yeah, which always makes it difficult when you're around people that curl and they're like, "Oh, what's something interesting about you?" And I'm like, "Well, I guess nothing anymore." But anyways, somebody from our Cape Cod office actually reached out to me and said that she curls
No kidding.
at the Cape Cod Curling Club. I don't remember her name. She's been curling for many, many, many years.
No kidding.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't remember her name. She told me she's never curled here. I don't believe so. Yeah.
You know, you could maybe do like a corporate event. You could always take a trip up there.
I am doing a corporate event with my office, bringing them here.
Oh, no
Yes.
kidding. We'll have to put you in the hack and
But yeah,
have you throw a
maybe
few to show off.
I told her that, and then she was like, "Oh yeah, I was thinking about getting my office to start curling." So maybe like we could just have inter-office
a little
like
friendly.
friendlies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun for sure. Yeah, no, some bragging rights in the office.
Yeah, like my company is like all based in the Northeast, a lot of Massachusetts offices, so there's plenty of like there's broomstones. There's a few arena clubs that people like could just have a company tournament.
That's
A
right.
company spiel.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, when I brought my company here for a corporate event, Learn to
Oh,
Curl,
yeah?
they took it very seriously. They
Oh,
were
yeah, I'm sure.
very competitive. They were like, we want to win. And they enjoyed it so much.
Now
My-
the real question with that is, did anybody show you up? As in,
Like
better
me-
than you?
No, but, well, I was just supervising. I didn't actually
Okay.
play. They did though want me to like demonstrate how it was done. So the worst thing you can do is like slip or fall or like throw it short of the hog line or
Oh
something.
yeah,
But
that'd be wicked.
yeah, but I stuck it, of course. But we do have our main headquarters is in Buffalo, and there's a Buffalo curling
Oh
club
yep.
there too. And I have yet to check it out, but
I might be going there this. I think it's February for the Kaiser.
just watch your drink count for sure. Hopefully you don't have too many before you head onto the ice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like Labatt's and some Amstels, some Molsons, right?
Yeah, you don't want to be an embarrassment to anybody
Of course.
during like Bonspiel that's open to like the whole region and everything.
For sure. Yeah, no. Certainly want to represent the club well.
Yes.
But would recommend Buffalo. It's a cool region to be. But I did tell most of my team is
I don't
actually
know. I don't really want to be in Buffalo in the middle of February.
You don't. You don't. They have really good wings. So if you do get stuck there, there's
That is true.
a lot of options for sure. Uh, so I did tell like my direct team, which most of whom are based in Buffalo, is like we'll do a corporate event out there. We'll have some fun with it, for sure. We're ambassadors of the sport. We're trying to grow.
Yes.
So over on A, it looks like the Snowshine team is still sitting one. I still think they're sitting only one. But it looks like, I think this is Kirsta up now. And I think she's got one more. I'm not sure what the call is. It seems to be like she's
I
drawing
think
in.
they're drawing.
And when they don't have hammer. Oh no, they should have. They do have hammer,
They
so
do.
that's an interesting call. I guess if they're trying to chip it, and that's what they're going to do.
Ooh.
Not bad. I guess the issue there is their rock is wide open now for a hit. You would have to hit it right of nose, our right, their, and from Siri's point of view, her left. So just off center, because you don't want to jam into that yellow. You can maybe throw like hack weight or board weight. So over on B too, we'll just bring
Oh,
y'all
no.
back to the action here.
Oh no. On C, we have a Mr. Mike DiPolo going out onto the ice to remove hacks.
A little bit of a dangerous space for him too. It seems like he navigated that okay.
For those of you that don't know, Mr. DiPolo, he broke his wrist stepping out onto the ice to remove hacks.
He looks okay though here
Uh-oh.
too. Oh, he's doing all right.
He's doing fine.
He's doing okay. We're happy for him. So it looks like yellow is sitting one, and they have the hammer. So if you're Diane here, what's the shot? Do you just try to draw in and draw behind your own red? Oh no, Diane is yellow.
Diane's
So Diane is
Diane's shot.
Diane is shot, and she has hammer. And it looks like
so this is her first shot.
Yep.
Yeah, I would draw another one in. It looks like that's what the call is.
It looks wide, maybe. Little light.
I would say the shot is either do that or try to get rid of that red guard, but it's hard to get rid of that red guard without smashing your own.
And you don't want to expose yours too much. It's not entirely buried, but that's I think an okay shot.
Yeah.
I guess if anything now, and you have a shot from each side, so you're just sort of like limiting their options. Looks like Mora here is just going to come from the other side. I think that's the call. It's probably your only option there. So we have some comments in the chat. Which team won on the third sheet? From Richard. So the Plainfield Curling Club Snow Squad came out on top, defeated the Cape Cod Curling team.
Cape Cod Crystals.
Crystals, yes. So Plainfield's moving on to the final, and
So
the sheet on
that's a team of Janice, Jess Brieft, Nicole, and Sheila. They're a three-person team right now. We are not positive what person was sitting out, but they all played extremely well.
Yeah, that was a very
There
well
was
managed
there
game.
was one spot, one time where they almost actually stole 8, but the Cape Cod Crystals came up with a huge shot to salvage 1 in that end.
Yeah, very exciting end to watch.
Yeah.
So it looks like on A, the Cape Cod team looks like took one,
Yep.
got one with hammer. So they're up
There's,
4 heading into the last end. And it looks like Mora was through.
and now we have Diane with her last shot with the hammer. About to come down on sheet B. They're already sitting 1. They're going to try to draw in through a port for 2. Rocks away. Sweepers are on now.
Yeah, this looks like they got to go for sure. But I think they can get it there.
As if they don't hit this guard.
Yeah,
Oh, they might wick off of it.
no, it was a little
no,
too
no,
much
no.
on. So, tie game heading into the last end for Diane, for Mora, Nutmeg versus Cape Cod,
Do you know-
Connecticut versus Massachusetts.
So now they're tied going into the last end. I'm going to do a little shout out, if you will let me, to our tech ed. He recently posted, if you remember correctly, he has a great YouTube channel called Chess on Ice,
Yes.
bringing his chess background and his curling background to all the viewers at home. And in his last few videos, he did a video series on what to do in the 8th end or the last end of the game when it's tied. One video was with hammer, and one video was without hammer. And now we're seeing that happen. It's a
That's
tie
right.
game, 8th end.
So
One team obviously has hammer, and one team obviously does not have hammer.
yeah. So if you're Diane here, you just tied it up. What's your strategy? What are you thinking?
Well, so I did watch these videos the other day. I will say that there was a lot to take in.
For
take
sure.
in.
Lot of
And
strategy that goes into
a
it.
lot of strategy. I will say the one thing I do remember from the video of when you do not have hammer is you're already sort of screwed because it's tied. You let it be tied,
Right.
and you don't have hammer, while all the other team needs is just one.
Right.
But you still the strategy is to still put up center line guards.
Yep.
If you can. So yeah, like obviously their first shot did not do that. So which made the abracadabras be able to put one in. Looks like they are. Diane's team is going in to try to take that shot out now, though.
It's tricky though too, because if you play the takeout game, there's really
Like,
nothing.
like you don't have the last shot when it comes to the takeouts.
Right.
So like you just have to hope that the other team misses a shot. Because
Like
yeah, now Diane's team just threw their shot, took it out, and now the abracadabras, are just gonna try to take out her team's shot.
And it seems like that's what's happening here too. Like if anything, you either spray or
They might clip the guard.
the guard
they
is
did.
flipped. And yeah, so if you're Diane, you just got to plug this up.
Yep.
Just guard in. And I think she's assessing the scene here too.
Yeah, if I was her, I would just throw guards.
Yep.
You want to make the other team's job as hard as possible to get their one, and to reduce the scoring area as much as possible. They already reduced the scoring area a lot by having now one rock on the button. So that's already done. Now just throw up a bunch of guards to try to, in the center, try to prevent the abracadabra's path. It looks like that is what they're doing. Sweepers are on though. I don't know
That
why.
looks heavy. That looks
I
very.
don't know why they were sweeping so much.
A little bit of a heavy shot there.
They're gonna just tap out their own. Oh, but you know that's a better shot. But
And it is in, but I don't know. That's a tough shot.
like, yeah, Diane's team's shot, as you just saw, they hit their own rock. They kind of got a little rollover, but I think the plan was to do the draw. I mean the guard.
Hmm.
Over on A, we have the Snow Shiners coming in. They're down 4, so they need a big end with Hammer. It's going to be a bit difficult for them. And we have Liz Tully Brown just came in trying to take out, got one. They couldn't totally clear the house.
Mm. Cape Cod's looking pretty solid there too.
Yeah, we have, I don't know, maybe you might have already mentioned it, but yeah, we had 3 Cape Cod teams playing
Well
this
represented,
afternoon.
for sure. We could have had an all Cape Cod final perhaps too, but
yeah.
Plainfield just playing super well. Looks like the Bengals have tied up the Vikings with 39 seconds left.
Oh, wow.
Looks like T. Higgins has scored 2 touchdowns on my bench, so that's great.
2 touchdowns?
2 touchdowns. So love making those correct decisions.
Yeah.
But back to curling, more positive, more positivity on the ice. It looks like Cape Cod is coming in. They're going for the hit. This needs to curl too. Not sure.
Cape
This
Cod
looks
is going for the hit. They might get 2. They got 1. Oh, they did not get the second. All right, so what do you do if you're Diane here?
I think you just got to put up a center guard. I
Yep.
mean, just
Yeah, you got to just keep on doing it, right?
right. Just prevent him from getting close. So it seems like they're calling for the heavy draw. I don't know what the call is. I mean, perhaps if...
Yeah, it looks like they're calling for the... I don't know. Then again, Diana's been curling a lot longer than me, so maybe
That's true.
she knows more, but
For sure.
I would just throw up a guard. But
The shot it looks like it's on the first guard. They're not careful.
yeah, it looks like it might be...
Maybe they would roll. Let's see.
Oh,
Yep,
roll it
that's
over
okay.
to guard it. Oh.
That's a great shot.
Oh, and it like pretty much it frees on their own.
That's not bad. That's not bad, actually.
No. Like, you can only get rid of one of those, I believe.
Right. So yellow sitting 2 here. Looks like red's coming in. They're going to go for the hit.
Yep.
You just got to blow it up, I think.
Like, if you hit it at an angle, you might be able to get both, but it's hard to tell at this angle that we're sitting at.
Nice guard thrown up by
The
Cape
rock
Cod
is-
on A.
Rock is coming down on B. Sweepers are on. Here it comes. Wow.
Nice shot.
They got both, but Diane's rock is still sitting shot. Diane's calling for a rock in like the top 8 above their rock.
It's a fine shot. You protect your own. Over on A, looks like Cape Cod is finding.
Diana's running up the sheet. She is all the way halfway up the sheet to help sweep. Not caring about line at all. Just sweeping.
I still think it looks okay from. Oh no, that is curling quite a bit.
It might. Yeah, I don't think
It's
it's
not
really
covering.
gone in anything.
Now that looks pretty open.
Cape Codders are asking for the tapping back the the nutmeg stone. On A, we have shaken hands with the Cape Cod team that originated here back at the 2014 Blazing Leaves, being victorious.
Shot looks pretty good from Cape Cod. I think it's gonna chip it.
It might roll out themselves. Oh,
Oh
wow,
no!
flashed. Wow.
Wow.
T-Ball Downey got real lucky with that one.
I'm surprised they weren't pushing that over. You know, trying to directionally sweep that a little bit.
Yeah.
Haven't seen a ton of that from these teams.
Looks like Diana wants her rock to be center line in top 12. She's going down to make her shot.
Diane focused as ever over in the hack. She just gets in there and just rips it.
And she just goes. And here she goes, going down. Her first rock.
Looks a little
Sweepers
light.
are on now.
Yeah, it's got to go.
Even if it's light, as long as the line, I think on a shot like this, line is more important than weight, really.
Definitely. They actually should come.
Looks like the line be pretty. I like that.
It's a good shot.
Sort of protecting their rock and also
It's still.
protecting the button.
It still looks open though. The hit's still there.
The hit is definitely still there.
I guess she just must have come out a little wide. It's tough to tell from our angle, but for those football fans at home, it looks like Bengals and Vikings are going to overtime. Should be an exciting conclusion there, but not as exciting as this game on B. Tied
Now-
game between.
Now, Andrew, with you giving us all these updates after this game, are you gonna be able to send us over to bonus coverage and bring us the broadcast of the Vikings Bengals game?
I think it depends if Tech Ed has equipped us with the capabilities to provide that
okay.
stream here too.
So we blame Tech Ed and not copyright issues.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I don't know if Buff Streams is able to connect to this. I think we could find a way for sure. Bring it into the mix system.
And we'll immediately get an email from YouTube about our account being suspended.
Oh, so
And Diane's rock played a vital role in that shot by the Abracadabras crashing on it. They're looking at what their next shot should be. Her team's last shot of the game. Debating. I think I think the shot is to throw up another guard, just something in the middle.
I think you just throw the same exact shot.
Yep.
Ideally, you're a little bit more
Like
over.
they already cut down the scoring area so much. There's only so much area that abracadabras could get into, and then they have to out count the two nutmeg rocks.
Right. I know they're talking. It looks like they were talking about maybe guarding that second one closer to our end, but and it seems like that's the shot that they're doing.
Yeah, but then by doing that, you kind of leave open the draw potentially.
Unless they're just looking to draw right to the 12, right? For almost forcing them to hit and roll. Because I think if you hit,
I would just throw a rock center line, right, like 12 foot.
mm,
All right, Diane's in the hack. She is off with the rock. Rock is out. Sweepers are on.
My brother and sister were like, we don't want that. I've got more pins than I know what to do with. But my husband, before we got married, we got this Lake. It's my favorite piece of furniture.
It looks like that over curled
wow.
ton.
That's-
So we have the button is now wide open for the draw. Now, in a situation like this, Andrew, would you rather just draw it in, or would you rather hit for the point?
that's a
Like
good
what?
question.
Like what do you personally feel more comfortable with?
So for me, being lefty, and
Yeah,
it looks like,
sorry everybody, we have a lefty on the broadcast.
yeah, I know, we're just the worst. So I have that in turn to that rock closest to us, and it's pretty covered, right? So I'd feel good with the hit here, and it looks like that's what
I think they're going for like a heavy draw. It looks like so.
yeah.
If
They
they're-
got to be careful
So
though.
if they're a bit heavy, they at least go up against that rock.
That's where my parents' pins are.
It looks.
They got to
They have to really sweep,
sweep it in.
Sweep it more.
Go,
Sweep
go,
it
go.
more. Oh
and it
no.
falls short.
So Diane ended up stealing two to take the game at 8-6.
Congratulations to Team Muldowney. What a
Congrats.
exciting back and forth game over on B.
Yes, very exciting.
What an exciting slew of games, Noah, on this 2 p.m. draw.
Yes.
What were your takeaways from this set of games?
So we had a very. It was.
Here you gotta know somebody.
The ending on sheet C was, you would say, a little lopsided, but it was a great game to watch. Like, we almost saw that 8-ender, but then
It's incredible. Incredible
it-
shot
an
there.
incredible shot to salvage one. So that was great. On B, obviously, we just came down to the last shot, tie game. You always love to see that. A's always so hard just because it's so far away
For sure.
for us, and it's hard to see. But it was great to see two former Nutmeggers back up here,
Absolutely.
playing with two others, and we had a victory for the Cape Cod team that got their start here
Absolutely.
at Nutmeg, which was a fact that we as broadcasters did some research about and found out for all of you. Andrew, do you have any other facts for us?
You know, I think this Plainfield team is looking good. You know, I think I'd be excited to see Plainfield again, Cape Cod versus Plainfield in the final. We did learn a little bit about the Cape Cod team just a smidge after their game ended. So, Christine Kraus, who I believe is their lead, first away Bonspiel, so great experience for her.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. You know, my first time playing at an away Bonspiel was last year, and I gotta say, it's a strange feeling. You're so used to your ice, your rocks. The rocks are like different shape, different weights, and
Yeah.
everything. So it's
It's a lot.
it's a
yeah.
lot, yeah.
it's a new experience. So for her to immediately dive right in, her team's got to the semis, and now they're in
And
the
now
D event
they're
finals.
the event finals. Yep.
So a lot to be proud of for Christine there. We learned a little bit about Kathy, their second. She was actually Captain Bob Ballard's right-hand assistant in the discovery of the Titanic. What a super cool
That's
experience.
really cool.
I think that's
I
got to be
will.
the most fun fact.
I will say when I first read that fact, I thought it said on the Titanic,
Yeah.
and I was like, "That's not possible."
Yeah, we don't want to say anything ageist here, but definitely a little unlikely
That
for
is
sure.
really cool. So like, do you think like she was like in the little
Perhaps. Yeah.
in the thing that like recently exploded,
I hope
or
not.
I guess imploded?
Right. No, she probably maybe they offered her a seat and she said no, rightfully so.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's really cool.
That is one of the more fun facts we have received in our journalistic pursuits.
Yes.
We learned about Deb. You know, she had a really nice shot over coming down on the fourth end to prevent the eighth end,
Yep.
the eight-ender. She curls in the competitive league, the open league, and the mixed doubles league, and staffs the bar at the curling club. So, you know,
So Deb does it all there.
yeah, I mean, you saw, she was all over the place.
I wouldn't be surprised if that club is closed this weekend because Deb is here.
They just don't
and
know how to deal.
Seems like she does everything there.
She's also a retired psych nurse, and she employs her skills dealing with the skip.
Oh,
I could imagine, as someone who vices from time to time, you know, those skips can be total head cases. So
That's-
she's really putting her
yeah,
background to the
some
test.
sports psych over on that team.
That's right.
That's very cool.
And you know, we learned about Jen, you know, who, as we all know, is a former Nutmeg Curling Club member.
Yeah,
And
she learned how to curl here at
Yeah.
Nutmeg, so it was great having her back.
good to see her back.
But then
for sure.
eventually she was like, "All right, I'm done with Connecticut. Time to retire." And you know, instead of retiring down south like most people do, she decided to go further north, but still to like a beach area.
Yeah.
I guess.
So we don't expect you to join her in Cape Cod, right? We don't we don't see you shacking up next to her.
No, but like you know, I do know other people from our club here at Nutmeg that have retired, and they're like, okay, like yes, like let's move down south, but it needs to be near a curling club.
So like Joanne, perhaps.
Yeah, or I know if they're watching the Zakins, they recently are now curling out of the same club in Charlotte,
That's right.
and it was because they wanted to be near a curling club.
Gotta love it.
And yeah, so Jen retired in Cape Cod and
She seems happy.
curling on Cape Cod.
Well, very happy to hear it. You know, it was really cool to learn a little bit more about these teams, see them in action.
Yes.
And I certainly can say that this final matchup between Plainfield and Cape Cod should be super exciting.
Oh,
I'm,
yes.
I'm excited to watch it later.
Yes, all the games here at the Crystal Snowflake have been great. I'm sure they will continue to be great. Right now, there's some break in the action while the ice crew is out to do a nice scrape for I believe the next set of games is 5:30.
I think so. Are we going to be seeing you on the broadcast, Noah?
I don't know. I'm either going to be on the broadcast or I will be a waiter for these lovely ladies here at the club. And let me tell you, I have never been in the service industry, so it'll be interesting. Do you think they give out tips here?
Probably just in Yule Mules. Like maybe they'll buy
That'd
you a drink.
That'd be fine with me. Do you think I'd get more tips or less tips if I show up like our friends on the back of the Men in Curling calendar?
I think you'll get even more tips for
Okay,
sure.
good. That's good to know. Good to know.
Absolutely. I mean, you're already wearing half of the ensemble for sure, so you're doing
Well,
quite well.
I'm wearing more than half of it.
That's
I have
right.
I have to take away half
got a
of it.
D layer.
I
Yeah.
have to delayer. Yeah.
Well, we got a lot to look forward. I personally won't be on the late broadcast, but if you folks at home are still listening to Noah or just the action itself, we hope you have a fantastic time.
Yes, we do.
There's been a lot of great curling here.
Yes. Thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did.
Of course.
And good curling.
Good curling. Thanks, everyone.